Hello everyone. I suspect the day has come when a dead EDC-16 engine control computer is lying on your desk after a failed OBD recording and needs to be resurrected from the dead world. You've probably tried all possible recovery methods through OBD, but the computer won't start. Then the question is, what to do? One of the most reliable options is to load the control program via the BDM connector. In English it sounds like background debug mode. Its essence is that you connect directly to the processor via a special connector with dedicated equipment. There are various devices for this purpose, and which one to choose is your personal affair here. If you like Sprague, work with it, and you like TAG, use it. No difference at all. So let's start. Let's see what we have for today. We have KTM, we have TAG, we have Galleto, we have BDM 100, it is Sprague also true, but I never use it for this purpose. All these devices work on the same principle and connect almost identically, i.e. one cable from the USB port to the computer and the other through the flexible cable to the adapter. Adapters are different, some are smarter, for example with lighting, others simpler. Whichever you choose also doesn't matter, it's important that it performs its functions and is designed for your appendix. Attention, under no circumstances should you use a foreign adapter. If you use a Galleto you only use the adapter that came with it. If you use TAG, you use only the adapter. Otherwise, you run the risk of having a faded engine control unit that will only be helped by a CPU transplant. Here is one of them, i.e. universal, suitable for both Galleto and TAG or KTM. The choice of the device used consists in moving the small jumper to its place. You want TAG in one position, you want Galleto in another position. This adapter also has an LED backlight, which is quite handy when you need to hit the contact pins at the connection point. So we take a standard adapter from the selected kit and use it. We attach the adapter to the BDM frame, connect the device we will work with, whether it be Galleto or TAG. The connection principle is the same for everyone. One end connects to the device, the other end to the adapter. The device is usually connected to a 12-volt power supply. In this case, we use TAG when connecting it. We have to connect the adapter, USB cable and 12 volts power supply to the device itself. The computer does not need additional power management, it is powered directly from the TAG. Crucial moment, the adapter pins connect from the first contact on the right side. Remember, getting started right. The contacts on the left side usually remain unconnected. This should be. Do not confuse this, because the 12 volts power supply will go to the control board not where it is needed, and you will have a faded processor. You already know what it smells like. After connecting the adapter pins to the contacts, we proceed to the read-write procedures. I will show how this is done with two devices, the TAG and the Galleto. Starting with TAG. We start the TAG program, select the car, in our case it will be Opel Vectra, with the EDC-16 C9 engine management computer. After selecting the car, we will have the opportunity to read the full connection instructions. So if something is unclear, you will be able to check everything again. After going through all the instruction windows, you will be taken to the last window where we will need the read, write functions. At the top we find the reading functions, at the bottom, the writing. We can choose whether to scan the whole computer or just the EPROMA or the flash. I always suggest making a full copy of your computer. Little if you physically damage your computer in the future or need to clone or restore data. With a full copy of your computer, you can do it without much hassle. We run the read function and wait for the program to read the entire computer completely. After the reading process, you will need to select a location on your computer where you will save your files. You will also see a message asking if you want to save each file separately. Press yes if you are going to adjust the file, and you can press no if you are only making a copy of your computer. But I suggest always storing the scan code in separate files and not in one overall. We go to the directory where we saved our files. Yes, we have an EEPROM, a flash and one common file that contains all the information needed by TAG but is completely useless to us. For us, only the flash file, which contains all the calibration information, is relevant. At TAG, this case is with the FLS extension. We will only use it for tuning. This file will need to be sent to me or another programmer who will adjust the engine control program for you. Writing is the same as reading. We select the car, the computer, and in the last control window we select the write option. By the way, if you only need to write the tune code file, we select only one option for writing the maps file. EEPROM does not need to be rewritten, it remains unchanged. Click Write, select the modified file and wait for the program to load on the engine computer. As you can see, no big science is needed here, everything is basic and simple. That's right, with TAG you already know how to use it. We move on to Galleto. As I mentioned, you cannot use a other adapter. So the adapter that comes with this device must be used. Since the adapter of the Galleto is slightly different from the TAG and it needs another extra 12V power supply to power the control computer, I will use not the original adapter from the Galleto but my own universal ones. You need to use the adapter included with the Galleto. All the wires and connection instructions are included. I don't think it will be hard to catch. I remind you that we connect the adapter from the right edge. The first needle is on the right side, viewed from the connector. When everything is connected, we launch the program. By the way, for me personally, this program is more convenient, because there is no need to walk through car models, look for computers, dive through many windows. Everything is simple here. We go to select driver, BDM/TAG, and select the first lines until we reach MPC 55X and 56X in the right box. We press connect, and wait for the Galleto to connect to the computer's processor. When the connection occurs, then the buttons on the left are activated. Select the required option, in this case read all. The program allows you to choose a location on your computer where we will store files. We press save and wait for the scanning process to take place. At the end of the process, we go to the place where we save the files. There we find the same thing, EEPROM, flash, main file, and CPU control microprogram file, if any. Of all these, we will need the same one file with flash content. Writing is just as easy, since you only need to write a flash. As I mentioned, and the EEPROM does not change, we choose the Write Ext button. We select the modified file and start the writing process. At the end of the writing process, we read informational messages and pop-ups and follow the instructions. In our case, there is an instruction to turn off the power for 10 seconds and turn it on again, which is what we do. All recording is complete. After finishing the recording, our work is as finished, except for the mechanical finishing work, the sealing of the computer cover and the installation of the computer itself in the car. By the way, if you're going to work with BDM more seriously and plan to record more than just EDC16 computers, then it makes sense to buy a complete set of adapters, where you will find various adapters for other Bosch computers, as well as adapters for Siemens, Marelli, Denso computers. Pretty convenient thing, and everything is at hand. So this time both. I hope this information was helpful. If there are questions, where do you know where to find me? And for those who do not know, www.OPELIS.LT, www.AUTOCHIPAS.LT,